Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, give or take where you're at on the world, the globe as it spins around the marble that we call Earth, hidden in space. If you believe it exists, I have another episode for you. I got Manny, the not so super fan. It's me, the Dad Panther, writer, streamer, content creator, master of none, also Mr. Showtime, because I am the whole damn show. Oh man, my wife's got to put up with me every day. Hey, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and follow for more. We're here at the 1, 2, 3 count, and today we're going to talk about some topics that hold dear to our heart right now. Check out the other stuff. We've got recaps on previous episodes. We have documentaries in wrestling, and we talk television, film, and wrestling, and independent stuff all in between. So check us out. Today we're going to talk about the conversation with Wade being out. Was he fired? Which I believe everyone has the answer, but that's going to lead us into another thing. Hey, do you care who's commentating for the WWE right now? Then we'll talk about John Cena. Who do you think should retire John Cena? How would you book fantasy booking? How would you book John Cena's last few matches out here? And then number 3, with John Cena being gone, it reminds us of the void that him, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and so many before have left a hole, and someone's had to step up. And we've had champions and people who are just busting their ass in multiple divisions. You know, who's next? Who's that next John Cena? Who's that next star that's gonna, carry the torch for 10 plus years? And we're gonna go ahead and start off with the conversation about just talking about the commentation situation. Okay, so Wade made a comment towards another wrestler about a certain other thing. And when he did, they noticed that the WWE had said, hey, look, here's the new lineup. It's going to be these people doing SmackDown and Raw for right now. And so everybody was like, hey, this guy's fired. Damn, they fired him. He didn't get fired. He took personal time off. He had to come out to say, hey, I normally don't do this shit, but I have to come out and tell y'all I didn't get fucking fired. Okay. So I'm taking time off. I'm vacationing and we'll figure it out. So I thought the image that Manny picked was great to basically say, hey guys, us as fans, we need to chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. And let's just enjoy wrestling. We're doing too much with the internet and shit. And this is one of those things. So chill the F out. But the bigger question that it presents is with the WWE and the commentary that they have on the various divisions, do you care if it's just one singular vote or voice or one team that does all of the pay-per-views, all of the shows live or not live? Or do you like to have different voices for different shows?
Well, it's not that I care, but since I've been watching WWE, where you had Jerry King,
Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah,
puppies, show me your puppies.
So where the commentator, I think they're as important as certain people in like when it comes to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have more of a presence, especially with the internet, Twitter, online, and some of them being former wrestlers too. Like you got Booker, you got Wade and Corey Graves, and also of course who else that was a former, Pat McAfee, who is also out there popular ways all over the place. So these guys help promote wrestlers alive. Even Booker alone, like look what he did with this sound with Trick Williams and Stephanie Valkyrie.
Yeah, Stephanie and when they did the double at Homecoming,
yeah,
he was stuck it ducky.
So I think it matters who the commentator is, because you could have somebody and it's dull and the fan don't like it. Where I think what's the other guy name? The one with Wade, Totsi,
Tony Terry Tessa. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
I know you're talking about.
I haven't really been a fan of him, because compared to Michael Cole and Wade and Booker, where you have these guys when they commentate, you have one who's supposed to be like the heel commentator and you have the face commentator, because you get that between them. Where you have Wade, he's always like defending the bad guy, and you have Cole, who's like defending the good guy. So you get more of that with their characters in the background. They're kind of like I would say, while these guys are fighting, they're basically like they're doing the dub voiceover, I would say. for the fight. So they really bring something when it comes to WWE. So I think it matters who they have as commentator. But I think WWE should switch it up a little. Add a woman to the commentator team. I haven't seen that. Unless it's like a wrestler who's like a guest,
Yeah, when they're cutting promos or sitting
yeah.
down, like, let me get the mic for a little
But I
bit.
think they
Let
should
me
try
talk
to bring
about Tiffy
actual,
time. It's
yeah.
not Tiffy time. It's Nia's time, damn it. Yeah, so I get it. Okay.
Or you have Big E who only commentate when it's like big pay-per-views. I don't know if they're ever gonna bring him in the full like Raw, SmackDown.
I mean, I would say to that with Big E and certain ones, and they know they have the data. Like, believe it or not, we're watching the show and we're like, oh, this is how we feel. But they have the data to know who's turning it off, who's watching, ad revenue and all the other stuff. I believe what they're doing, especially with ESPN being set up, is they're going to have a certain look. So Big E might be that premium look to be out there, almost like college game day, and there might be a crew for that, and that's what it is, and guests will rotate. And I think for the wrestling, from my perspective, I just grew up where I've always had multiple talking heads, whether it was Vince McMahon before I realized he was an actual owner of the company. I just thought he was a guy commentating, and how he was talking up the characters. You believe the fear. Look at this jerk. Like, he just does what he wants. And he's talking about like Shawn Michaels or Brett or whoever. And it's like, it added to the atmosphere. And then you had Jim Ross, who would tell you the technique. It's gonna be a slobber knocker. By God, this ain't through. You had that. You felt bad. Fucking Austin's a son of a bitch. And you're like, I don't know what son of. I'm not allowed to say it, but
Jim Ross
Jim
was,
Ross would be saying that,
especially with
and it
Triple H.
added,
He hit
yeah,
it, Triple H. You son of a
you son of a bitch. And you would watch him, and it's like, I wish we had more angles of JR talking about that sauce. But then you had Jerry, especially in the diva age, era, where
Yeah.
you had show me the puppies, and he would get up there on the stage and he would rate them, and just certain things. And
you know what? I brought his name up. I don't think we should be talking about Jerry.
listen, I am really big on separating the art from the artist. At least I try to. I will still say, Jerry, if Jerry's done some bad stuff, I don't know, because I don't know his situation. I just want to say that. But like Chris Benoit, he's him, but he's also a fucking villain.
Yeah.
Has he done some amazing things you can watch? Yes. But he's a horrible fucking person. And right now, him and Hulk Hogan, brother, they're having a match. And the pyrotechs, it doesn't look like Shawn Michaels coming back at Survivor Series elimination. It doesn't look like that. It looks like Kane. If you could pick a setting, it looks like Brimstone. That's the match. That's the slobber knocker match happening for all eternity. But I prefer each show to have its own sound. I love the fact of having a woman at any of the shows, commentation or commentary, if I'm saying it correctly. I would love that. I don't know why we're not getting there. Now, if there's the first person I could see doing it off the top of my head, it would be AJ. I think it's a perfect time to have AJ transition once she finishes her storyline, whatever's happening, this feel good tour. Have AJ be official on either SmackDown or Raw. Matter of fact, I mean, I wouldn't even say, I would do it after the draft. Wherever CM Punk goes, she goes, and quality of life would be great for their family. But I think it's great for us as a milestone. The reason why I say AJ is AJ was a part of Women of Wrestling WoW, and I really enjoyed the hell out of WoW, and I thought she did a great job in that role, even behind the scenes. So that's what I would say on that front note. Now, like other things, other people feel how you feel. But if I could say, I say Corey Graves, other than Michael Cole, and it's not a shot at anybody else doing commentary. Corey, to me, is the best right now. If it was up to me, you had to say, hey, who are you going to put to just build around the sound of the WWE? It's him. It's 100% him. I'm saying, if I want a guy who's going to sit there and be there every night, it would be Corey. Pat, big special occasions. Michael, big special occasions. But if I had to build around like they built around from JR and Jerry the King Lawler, and they made that transition, Gorilla Monsoon, they made those transitions, Gene, then Corey is that guy that I would build around.
Okay.
That's just me. So we're going to go into our next topic. Our next topic is going to bring us to the conversation that is Cena. At the end of the day, Cena is getting ready to walk off into the sunset. And we're just curious, like, who do you think should retire him? How would you do the last booking? I know we have WrestlePalooza coming up, and WrestlePalooza, he's going against Brock. And Manny, what do you think? How would you send him on his way?
His last match?
Mm-hmm.
So I specifically picked this picture because I want like a Ron Killings or R-Truth to retire him. Kind of a bittersweet way, Ron R-Truth retiring him. They have that. I would say if WWE does it right, they build up to that emotional moment where Ron, the person that he looks up to, you know, that he has to fight, and have that moment where he has to do that 1, 2, 3 count and retire his hero, his childhood hero.
Does he do the dramatic look at the camera?
Yeah.
I love you, Shawn Michaels. My bad. Instead of saying I love you, the same camera angle. I think you're onto something. The same camera angle. He even hit Sweet Chin Music. That'll be wild. Same camera angle. You look at it closely, and John Cena just fighting, just trying to. He even does his charge up. Remember the charge up punch that he did? John Cena does that. He's trying to hold it together, and the camera focuses in, and you see, and it's R-Truth. He's like, instead of say I love you like Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair, he just says, my bad. Bomb, Sweet Chin Music. Okay.
That would be perfect.
Okay. I don't agree with that necessarily. I want to say same skin tone, I guess. Yeah. But I don't agree with that. And the reason why I don't agree with R-Truth being the final person is that ship has sailed to give us that closure. It's unfortunate that they botched the heel and all this other shit that happened with Cena. I had said it before on some previous 3 counts. When they went against each other at Saturday Night Main Event, that was the motherfucking moment. Cena has no streak. I'll paint the picture again if you're new. John Cena does not have a streak. He's won the championship. He set the record, has the record. He's done what we thought he was going to do when he took the belt from Cody. He beats R-Truth, and I felt like it was meaningless. If R-Truth would have won that match, you've now given R-Truth the stamp on his legacy. Thank you for what you've done. We know you're a Hall of Famer. We know you've done some here's your championship moment at a premium live event, basically. Then John Cena wins the belt back, heelish fashion, wins the belt back on Monday Night Raw, or whatever the next taping was after that. Obviously, it'd be Monday. That's how I would have booked it. The crowd would have went crazy that R-Truth would have won it. You didn't have to make R-Truth cut his hair. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Then John Cena wins it back the next day, and that adds a feather in his cap because now he has won the belt another number of times, setting a record. So that's what I would have done as far as that. Now, the reason why I would also say that it doesn't trigger the same is I think maybe people want a good match, and I don't know how good of a match, no shade to them, that it would put off without telling the bigger story, because these are both Hall of Famers. And if it's done and it's over for him, you get nothing. Like Willy Wonka, good day, you get nothing. You get nothing. And the whole idea is for you to put talent over, I believe, when you pass the torch. Andre telling that racist guy that used to say, brother, hey, flip me, and I'm not going to come out of the pen. It changed everything. Because not even Vince knew that Andre was going to let Hogan win and change everything. And I think that's really big to say that. The other thing about it, like John Cena, remember John Cena lost to Austin Theory. Austin Theory should be here in the discussion, not to finish John Cena, but he should be working right now. It's crazy that he's not. But anyways, I would have Oba do it.
Oba?
I would have him do it. The reason why I would do it is he's ready for the main roster. You need a bad guy. You've already made John Cena the face. He's a face. You need a heel. Now, it would have been better if John Cena was the heel or the face and had the championship, because we love a champion that is a bad guy. Look at Seth. But Oba doing it and destroying him like Brock destroyed Kofi Kingston, that would be crazy. The ridiculous heat to come out there and you tore this guy apart. John Cena puts on a good match, but it's a good 5-7 minutes of this guy destroying him in a sea of booze and soullessness. And people come out to help. R-Truth comes out to help. Blah, blah, blah comes out to help. And he destroys them all. And it starts this new era of I'm in charge. It's been passed to me. That's why I think would finish him if I went for the carry the story. If I wanted to go with the, I don't know, a fan feel good, I think the best one would have been Edge. But for contract reasons, it won't be Edge. I think Edge would have been a good one. I think Randy Orton's a good finish. I think Seth, if he wants to get on that Mount Rushmore, Seth is a good finish. He'll take care of him. But I think it should be somebody that you're putting over. And with the time you have now, I don't know if you can do a better storyline than Oba coming in here and just pissing on his party. Like, I don't give a fuck about your tour. Like, he goes against Trick. I don't give a fuck about your tour. I've got 2 championship belts. I want what's next. You're the big guy on the lot. Before you leave, I'm about to fuck your shit up. And I think it'd be ridiculous. He hits him with his own finishing move. Like that, that'd be crazy. So if it was my vote, that's how I would do it. That's how I would go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and just break it down.
I see where you're coming from. But as far as Oba, I don't know if Oba will be the right choice for that. But the whole Austin theory, I think he would need to have a match with Austin too to properly put him over, not necessarily let Austin win, but have a good match with him where he beats Austin 3, but still in a way put him over. Because Austin 3, he's a good wrestler. But I don't know if he's coming back or not.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help because a lot of people are going to know that they already know now that, hey, Vince picked you. And we know it whenever the conversation is this person in the back chose you and there's favoritism. It's no different than we go to work and we just see it. If you're in school,
but he chose Roman Reigns also.
He did. But people saw that. If Roman's heel turn, the bloodline doesn't work, the same conversation would be happening. The conversation would be like, he forced us to watch Roman and we just weren't feeling it. And he did for so long. It just, Big Dog didn't work. And suffering succotash didn't work. And this worked. And it was and it's a story I think a lot of people talk about decades from now. But the character change and gimmick for Roman Reigns, as well as Paul Heyman to be a counterpart, was big. And it just showcases that someone will push you and back you, and the rest, nobody else likes it. So like I said before, I think, to me personally, I would go with Roman beating the Undertaker for the streak, turning heel then and continue. But it is what it is. I just think that if he just has a goodbye match with Randy Orton, the legend killer, killing a legend, after he goes full heel, I feel like it's not going to be as impactful for the company long haul. Like Finn, if Finn has the match with, after Dom goes against AJ, Finn goes against Dom to figure that out. Finn turns face, good face versus a bad heel John Cena, that would feed nations as a final match maybe. But it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you know what is the next topic? So John Cena's gone. Some of these other ones are gone. We have some stars that have done their thing. Naomi will be back. She really wanted to go against AJ, but point blank, we've got some stars currently right now. We have some younger stars like Sky and Dom. Cody's, still kind of young. So we have a nice little, and not just who's on the screen. You got some people in NXT, and you got people obviously on both brands. But who do you?
Looks like we lost Ron for a while. But I believe he was going to ask me, who do I think is going to be the next great thing when it comes to WWE?
That's someone like John Cena or some of these other ones.
So who I believe is going to be the next great thing in WWE, probably, I would say I also included women in the pictures also because I think before I even give my opinion, because I believe some of the women have had like great matches, even better than the men's when it came to some even pay-per-view event. So I would say the two people I would pick who are gonna be the next great thing, but for the like to carry the brand, I would say Dominik or Jay.
Okay.
But the way Dominik been moving lately, I think he's definitely gonna be the next great thing. But to have that impact like Cena does, um, especially with the crowd now, where it's rare to get a good baby face where you have Cody, who is the baby face, like the baby face, like the company keep pushing that. I don't think at any point he is or ever will be a heel.
You should. Yeah.
But I truly believe Dominik could be the next thing, where he'll be later on and he'll be a Hall of Famer and in a level where you have Eddie Guerrero and other, you know.
Who else you got?
As far as in the women's side, I would say Io Sky.
Okay, Io Sky.
Io Sky or Chelsea. Chelsea Green.
Okay.
But where I would say top women, like face, you already have it. You have Rhea and you have Bianca, but Rhea is on another level when it comes to being like the face of the company.
Gotcha.
She gets the pop when she shows up. Even when they forced her into that triple threat match, she was still getting the
She does,
cheers.
but I feel like online the conversation's starting to go a little bit like Becky. It's starting to go a little bit like, we get it. She's gonna get a shot for the championship. We get it. It's kind of like with Tiffy Time versus Jade. They're like, we get it. We've done this before. We're going through the barricades again. We get it. Okay. Not for the belt. We get it. Yeah.
But but the thing is it's not just for a temperate, but like for the long run where these names are gonna be up there with legends. And I think Rhea, Bianca, even Charlotte, their names are gonna be there, as some of the greats. But as far as the men's side go, again back to Cena, you have Jay, who not necessarily. I think he, even though he's over with the crowd, I don't think he caught his niche yet. I think with what they're doing with him now, with the whole possibly kind of Roman route he's going, I think that's probably gonna be his route to be like, all right, we have it down pat. Let's go that route with him. But as far as the men's side, I think again Dominik. You have Seth. CM Punk is most likely on his retirement route right now, but you have Dominik, Seth, and of course Cody. And I think these three are gonna be like for the next generation, their Mount Rushmore. And
well, okay, so that leads me in. I guess what mine is. My perspective of it is, when I'm looking for who's next, I'm looking for who's next that we don't know, because we didn't know John Cena. Like John Cena, I remember seeing him in a documentary about some wrestling ring, like this wrestling school. And I don't know if Batista and certain other ones, it wasn't Ohio Valley Wrestling. It wasn't that, I don't think. But they were learning how to wrestle. And John was talking about what he wanted to do. And he had this thing. I think he was in the back. He's like, I got this gimmick. I'm called the prototype. I'm a robot. And I was like, oh, that's whack as fuck. But but clearly, respectfully, he had that it, because they focused on him among a few others in this documentary. And John Cena was like, I was going to be the prototype. And I remember, like it was fucking yesterday, sitting at home watching SmackDown. Here
so
comes the prototype And I'm like, that's that motherfucker. That's that dude I seen. Yo, I'm happy for this dude. This dude's doing it. And then him getting against Kurt Angle, that match, and then him in the back with the Undertaker, you didn't know he was going to be John Cena rapping, creating one of the most iconic belts ever, and then doing acting, coming back, and this is John Cena. You didn't know that. So that's what I'm looking for. Yes, some of the names you mentioned are it, but they're it because they've won belts. They're it because they've headlined WrestleMania. They've been a part of WrestleMania. They're it because they've had a long career. Charlotte Flair, CM Punk, Seth, but they're Cody. They're going away. Can they carry the face of the company or not? Yes, but
it's hard to, especially now where you have NXT. You have
you just got to guess. There's no wrong answers. I'll just look.
All right.
Look. Here's one. I would be shocked to see.
But he's
this
known.
person. What happened?
He's known. You saw you.
No. But he's
known.
He's known to people that watch NXT. He's not known to the people. There's some people who don't watch NXT. They just don't. There's some people who don't watch, and that's why the WWE switches over. There's some people who only watch TNA. There's some people that I watch on TikTok or other social media, and they do not fuck with All Elite. They do not mess with any other product. That's just what their thing is. It's like Marvel versus DC. They don't do it. So some people don't know this guy. So for this guy to come in here, and who the fuck is this guy? And he destroys John Cena? Ridiculous. But point blank, he's a big, bad guy. And I think whether face or heel, he's great on the mic, good in ring. He's a talent that you can build around. I wouldn't be mad if we're sitting there talking about the legend that is this person. Another person that I will talk about, Raquel, I would say she's a person. I think once they get the gimmick down for her, she's got the size. She has a moveset that is just big and it's powerful, beautiful. She can hold gold. She's already held tag team gold, but she and NXT stuff, but she could be that next person. She could be that person to go in there and be the good guy and or bad guy. And longevity, injuries prone for everybody else to make sure everybody's safe, obviously, for this discussion. But that's what I mean by somebody young. Another person young, I'm going to go ahead and say, like, you can add other characters in here. This is NXT, where it's like, they're already doing the work over there, and most people do not know who they are. And I feel like at a certain time, we're going to be like, oh, how did you not know? How did you not know Miss Grace? How did you not know that she was a star? She is great on the mic on her promos. She is the daughter of Santino
Morales.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for when I'm saying, hey, show me new, show me the talent, because some of these individuals, they're going away. They're gone. They're going to help put talent over. Like, I can go with the easy layup. The easy layup is Braun Breaker, right? The easy layup is Street Profits when they split.
Even Braun Breaker, I would say right now, he's not there yet.
It doesn't matter. They're going to force him down your throat.
Because Braun Breaker still need work in the mic.
No, he just needs a mic. He needs a person. I don't think there's anything you can do to save the fact that how his voice sounds. No shade, no disrespect. Go Owls.
It's not how his voice sounds. Sometimes
to me, it's how his voice sounds. Yes, he does butcher some promos. Like, there's times where he's like, and then what you call is looking at him like, you forgot what you were supposed to say. You forgot 100%. And he's like, oh, I'm just gonna get mad. And then he'll go run and spear somebody. So I don't know. I just like I said.
So you didn't mention Trick William though.
No, because those are obvious. Street Profits is obvious. Mello is obvious.
Ethan
Trick
Page
is obvious. Ethan Page, Ricky Starks. So some of these are obvious. Some of these are going to get the opportunity, and I think Austin Theory is going to get another shot. Some of these people, like Bianca Blair, Blake Monroe, when she gets where she's got to go, a lot of these are obvious to me. These are obvious, and I didn't want to count the obvious. I didn't want to count Chelsea because Chelsea is fucking amazing. She reminds me of Melina, Victoria, Chad Gables, fucking awesome. Needs a championship run. I didn't want to mention Charlotte Flair, who's won the championship repeatedly. I wanted to talk about, hey, who are these new ones? Who are these new ones? Are they going to go ahead and do what they have to do? and carry the brand. And we look at it and say, man, like I wouldn't be shocked if it's Gunther's last run and you're like, man, he had a hell of a career, man. That's Gunther, but Gunther's older. Like I said, Jacob Fatu. Okay, I get it, but he's older, So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for to see
That's
who's
a
that person.
conversation to be have again, because I truly believe we would have to look down at the roster when not only NXT but Evolve also, and see, because some of those guys in Evolve, this is one kid I don't quite remember his name, and he's phenomenal over there. That nobody probably heard of. So that's definitely
we got some people coming over from there, but yeah. I mean, like I said, it's just that I'm just curious of the conversation. It'd be cool to see what they're doing and how it looks. We always want to try to, be like, I knew it. I knew that person was going to be awesome. So, I mean,
but it might be a security guard. You never know. One of those security guards.
It's going to be a security guard. And I think what they need to do just to let people know that we know, because we know and they know, every wrestling, All Elite does it too. They've cut it in their promos. I think it'd be really cool to have a female as a security guard. And I think I've seen it before, but like in there trying to break stuff up, and you're like, I know damn well that's Jada. I know damn well that's Nikki Lyons, and you're just like, they're getting around, and they're being a part of the magic that happens as they do what they got to do to get to the top. So, I mean, it was an action-packed show, huh?
Jessica Carr, one of the referee, she's a wrestler.
Believe it or not, it's a good amount of referees that are wrestlers. There are other refs that became wrestlers, or they're wrestlers that became refs, even announcers. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's like, hey, I can't even guess what the reason is. I won't even put that out there because I don't know the industry like that. But yeah, there are some people who have wrestled or continue to wrestle in the background, and you don't really know who they are unless something Lash legend, just to throw that out. There's people, like I said, that are next. That's who I mean when I'm saying next. But anywho, but yeah, there's wrestlers that wrestle and vice versa, and they're like, hey, I'm staying low key because I'm working on my gimmick. I'm staying low key because I'm still in the gym. I'm training, and I don't know who's the largest one who's come out and done something like that, but that'd be pretty cool. That'd be a crazy storyline. Like, get somebody who's trained. Me go again. I go just booking shit. A referee, you done seen him for like 3 or 4 years, man or female. And there's one time where the referee gets pushed by somebody and it's a heel. And like, damn it, I'm trying to fucking count. And the person's like, no. And they just lift their ass up and hit him with a RKO. That'll be their move with respect to Randy. RKO. And they kind of like, I hear voices. And they're like, now they done passed. WWE, I'm cooking. Think about it. Matter of fact, let it be a lady. It's a lady referee, woman referee. She keeps getting pushed around. Not keeps getting pushed around, because you don't want that, because then you'll see it happening. But there's a big match, WrestleMania. The person's it, and she doing the most, and she pushing her. She says, "Stop it! I know it's not disqualification, but stop it!" And she's just not listening. And it could be Becky, and she sit there and she just bomb. And then she's like, "What did I do? What the did I do?" And she sits in the corner, and the referee slides out. "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then the person gets the count. They lose the match because of her. The next night on the show, she gets called out. "Who the fuck do you think you are? I want to go one-on-one with you in the ring." And then she beats her clean. And you're like, oh, shoot. I was like, I think she's going to do this. And that's it. She becomes an official wrestler, and she's in that bitch. She in that bitch. But we had... What? I keep trying to end the show.
Oh, no.
When they watch this back, they're like, yeah, he tried to jump in there bit like 3 times. It's the 3 count for show. What are you about to say?
No, because I remember there's that one referee that's always getting picked on. It's like the little short one with the 10.
I felt like you described a majority of them.
If I could remember his name. But he's always getting picked on.
I don't know, but
I would want to see one episode where he actually fight back and against one of those guys. Matter of fact, I think I found.
There's some really good It's the really good ones as far as the future. But Michin, I would love to see Michin get a push for the tag team goal. Be dominant, just hold it. Who would be our tag team partner?
So with Michin, as far as tag team champion, I don't know. I think she needs to get a singles first because she deserves it.
I believe she deserves it, but I don't know how you put it in the story. I feel like you blow up Judgment Day, Finn becomes a face, JD's the leader. It's Raquel, Roxanne. Roxanne's got it. She wants the gold, but she can't defend the gold and the tag team championship belts. They need somebody else, and you get Mitch. And Michi comes in and she handles it, and she becomes the tag team partner with Raquel, and they help elevate each other as far as singles go. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a crazy show. I think now I'm gonna land this. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this. You could have been anywhere in the world. It was a loaded potato here. The 3 count. Hit the subscribe button, like, follow, comment for more. Again, I'm the Dad Panther, writer, streamer, content creator, master of none. Sitting here with Manny, the not so super fan. You could have been anywhere in the world, and you chose to be here. We greatly appreciate that. Until next time, hit my music. Shit, I'ma get into it first.